Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of First Person, sponsored by the Precision Strip Company in Minster, Ohio. A great place to work. We talk about them all the time, whether you're starting, changing, or finishing your career. They'd probably like to meet you. They're always looking for good people, and they probably like to know about you. The Precision Strip Company sponsors First Person now for 4 years on PressProsMagazine.com. We certainly appreciate them, and we appreciate your support of what we do here each and every week. If you haven't noticed by now, the new website debuted this week. This is the first Person show for the 2022-23 school year and upcoming sports season. We're honored to have Kevin Phlipot, the head coach of the now Division IV state champion Russia Raiders baseball team, as our initial guest of the year. And first of all, thank you for your time. I've known you a long time, young man.
Yes.
I think this is the first time we've done this.
Done this, and yes, interviewed many times, but not in front of a camera.
Well, we got a lot going on. We're in the beautiful ballpark here at Russia Field. The scoreboard in the background. They got the Russia Classic going on tonight. You hear the mowers in the background as well. So how does it feel? I know you've been a part of this before because you were there in '7 as an assistant with Bill at Fort Laramie. Certainly in 2010, you had a little bit of a taste of it then, but now you're the head coach. This is your program.
Yeah, it's very different. I mean, it was fun back then as an assistant, but you know, when I was done with that, you come home to Russia, you know, and nobody's too concerned that you won a state championship at Fort Laramie. So this has just been incredible. I mean, you enjoy it with everyone, even if they haven't seen a baseball game. They're all so thrilled to meet you, to greet you, and just to shake everybody's hand. Just everybody brings a smile to everybody's face.
You know, the thought did strike my mind because I had to stay back in Akron after you guys got on the bus and came home. That must have been a fun bus trip.
Oh yeah, I mean, we complained about the 3.5-hour ride there, but coming home, it was all right. It was fun.
Kevin Phlipot, the head coach of the state champion Russia Raiders in Division IV, our guest on First Person. I have to give you creds, and I've mentioned this, I've written about this many times, the number of times this year where you rightly predicted how your team would play when you said, we can pitch, we can play defense, we can stay in the game long enough, third time through the order we're going to figure some things up and scratch some runs across and find a way to win. That's exactly how you won a state title.
It is. I mean, we got fortunate there with the offense there, but one thing's always consistent is pitching and defense. You can pretty much control that. But you know, your offense can come and go at times. It can be streaky, and we've normally in the past we've struggled offensively. Our offense dictated how far we would go, could go, and you know, the success of the season, whether we have a long tournament run or not. And this year we had better hitters. We were a little more consistent, and as the pitching got better, we just needed just a little bit of time to figure things out. And usually, the second time through, we've been fortunate enough it was to make things happen.
You know, it borders on cliche because so many coaches say that, but I mean, I can't think of an example in my 25, 30 years of covering this where somebody knew exactly, like you did. You knew your kids so well, the Hayden Quinters, the Braylon Cordoniers, the Braden Monins, and all those guys, Xavier Phlipot. I don't want to leave anybody out, but you knew those kids so well that you could correctly predict that we will find a way.
You know, it is. It's about knowing the personnel, not trying to do too much, talking with the kids. It's just like the whole season kind of prepares you for it. And it happened so many times throughout the year. It was just like maybe not the first inning, second inning. It was the middle innings. We've had a lot of big innings. It was later on, you know, the sixth inning type thing. And so doing that throughout the year, everybody was confident that, hey, we may give up a run. We may be down or whatnot, but just see them one time through, and the next time it usually clicked.
Hayden Quinter told me after the game, he said, this is particularly special because we beat a really good pitcher. We beat a guy that's going to a Division I Big Ten school, and that makes it all the more special when you can get a guy like that, hang with him, and end up outlasting him.
He was Division IV Player of the Year, two years in a row. So we didn't backdoor our way into it by any means. So not too many people thought it was going to happen. I mean, I think it was everything was pretty much assuming that he'd take care of do his job and they were going to win. But we just talked to them what to do. We just took a simple approach to it. We kind of knew what to expect from them, but you know, we didn't see a kid throwing that hard here, so I didn't know what it was going to be like, to be honest with you, how we were going to act. But the way that we battled, we fouled off so many pitches. I mean, somebody said it was like we fouled off 27 pitches in that game, and then every one of those foul balls helped to get them out of that ball game, and that's
Get him
where
to
it
the
went.
pitch count. Get him to the pitch count. Kevin Phlipot, our guest on First Person, and you know, Kevin, I don't need to tell you how fortunate you are, because there are great baseball coaches that never get a sniff of a state title. And then when they do, they're fortunate enough to get a couple of pitchers, a couple of hitters, a good defensive couple of players, and everything comes together for 1 year. This is hardly one and done for you, because you've got we just named 4 kids coming back next year. You've got talent here, and you've got a culture of baseball here. We're going to talk about it in a second, but that's exciting, you know, to be able to go into next year and plan knowing, hey, we're the state champs, and these kids are still hungry.
Yeah, we got a lot coming back. Last year, we were so young, and that was a big momentum builder for this year. I mean, with a couple freshmen, a bunch of sophomores going to the regional finals, and so all that was returning, and we were able to make it click this year. And obviously, we're missing 5 seniors, but we got a lot of pitching coming back, some good hitters, some young players, and I mean, there's 8th grade freshmen, there's kids coming up as well. They're a lot of fun to see who develops into what and try to keep this going.
I do want to take this moment before we're done and talk a little bit about something. You're very fortunate here. I know other people in the Russia community would agree. A lot of programs in Division IV especially don't even have enough kids for a JV team. You've got such a great culture of baseball in a little community here of about 1,500 people, and I know I talked to some of your players last week, and they, to a man, said, you know, I love to play baseball better than just about anything else I can think of to do. How in the world, and of course, you're at the top of this, you're the Mount Rushmore of all this building program here. How do you get that out of a culture of a community like this with that few people?
That's a good question, because we have struggled. I mean, a couple years ago, we had 19, 20 kids in our program. And JV, we're going with 9 guys, 9, 10. I had 10 and 11. You just get through it, pray you don't get hurt, and you just look. I mean, the number-wise, you can see when you're going to be thin and when the numbers are going to grow. And right now, our numbers in our classes are getting a little bit bigger. So how do we keep it going? I think, just like you said, we got the Raider Classic here. And all these ball diamonds are going to be packed. We're going to have teams in almost every category. You see every Mondays and Tuesdays, our community programs, the parents. They're the ones who's coaching this. And they're the ones who put the time in and the effort as they, you know, preschool, kindergarten, then you got first, second, then you start playing your travel stuff. And it's parents who are coaching all that. So I am grateful to have parents who have such interest in it and do a great job, put some time into it.
Let me interrupt you for a second. It's so important to have dads.
Yes.
Dads. D-A-D-S.
Yes, the families. I mean, this whole community is surrounded around the family.
Yeah.
That is a big core of our everyday life here, and we're blessed to have mom and dad in the picture here.
Exactly.
So that's that, and dads are taking the time to helping out sons and daughters.
Moms typically don't catch the fastball.
No, true, playing catch, and I'm out there helping out with the softball with my girls and dads. So it's both sports. It's fun to see the dads helping the daughters just as much as their sons, and we do some things. I have a fall baseball league that for my grades 4, 5, and 6 that I've put together ever since I've been here. I have high school kids pitching to them, so there's going to be kids who played at the state tournament, and then you come over here in September and October, they're going to be back at the diamond throwing fastballs to these kids, and some of these kids are going to hit home runs off of some of my starting pitching, and they're going to take that with them. It's a lot of fun, and the high school kids that help out, they love doing that.
Those kind of home runs last all winter
They
long.
do,
And
they
looking
do.
out here over our shoulder at that beautiful scoreboard you
Yeah.
have out there,
Yeah.
it's an idyllic setting here, and it's a great place to play high school baseball. I can't congratulate you enough on the title, and I imagine next year you'll have, I see a white space. There
I
might
can
be
find
something there to say about state title, state champions 2022.
That's one of the first spots we looked at. I think we can do something with that anyways.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Good story,
Thank
good
you.
guy, great kids here in Russia, and a great story to start off the 23 season of First Person. Again, that wraps up this week, sponsored by the Precision Strip Company in Minster. You probably know how to get there. Right up the road, I think you know something about it. And again, a great place to work, to start, to change, or to finish your career. Give them a call or check them out online. Again, we thank you at home for all your support of what we do every week, every month, every year on PressProsMagazine, now numbering 13 coming up here in September, and they said it wouldn't last. But we appreciate your support, and we'll see you again next time for another edition of First Person on PressProsMagazine.com.